me for your cues.
Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
It's Grok Talk.
And we're back. We were having so much fun in the break, we forgot to switch to the test card, and we were all of our antics and gesticulation were going out over the live stream camera.
That's okay.
Oh,
it's not like we ever say or do anything
you're
off air.
okay.
That
I don't care.
I'm pretty. I gotta watch my face though, because my face sometimes tells stories it shouldn't.
Well, like
be
I said
telling. last
week, the stuff we do off air, it's the same as the stuff we do on air. I just take breaks because it's easier to post it.
Yeah.
It's easier to separate the topics. It's just from a post-production standpoint, it's necessary.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't take any breaks. If we didn't have to call people,
Well, I can tell people what they can do. On June 22nd, you come down to District Court in Concord and protest the protester getting
protested.
arraigned.
Oh, good. What time is that?
Bring a tambourine.
I'm not
don't forget
gonna bring
your
a
drums.
tambourine. That's-
Don't shave your legs.
Drum
until
No, I
circles,
can't
drum
do that.
circles.
Drum
Sorry.
circle. We can wear. I'll wear a dashiki. We can all sing "Will the Circle Be
Kumbaya?
Unbroken?" And yeah, we sing and chant.
What
And
time
maybe,
is it?
It's like 10 a.m. or something like
10
that.
a.m. And it's where is
We'll,
it again?
we'll send a memo. It's District Court here in Concord.
Okay.
And do one of these mic check thingies to make it louder.
I just want to see him get out of the car, see who his attorney is.
I'm gonna go.
Who represents him.
You have just given me
It's
a
something
wealth
to do.
of knowledge.
You get to see what these guys look like in action. He loves to be arrested. This is the first time he might do time. He got arrested in Chicago not that long ago, and the cops didn't even take the cell phones off of him. So they were inside the paddy wagon, videotaping each other on their cell phone, and acting like he was black. So he puts on a black accent while he's in the paddy wagon. Yeah, this guy's a real
racist.
creep. So, in any case, he he wanted notoriety. He has notoriety. We should be asking Mississippi NPR, why you have this guy on? What's so special he gets an NPR program? And why doesn't NPR have more about this? Do some investigative journalism.
No kidding.
Frank Ginta is not the only thing out there to look at.
He's just the easy one they could pick off.
Well, and he's a Republican.
Yeah. So it's be interesting to see what the AG's office does, whether they show up and forget their paperwork or forget what the statute is.
Oh
or
my gosh.
I don't put much faith in them. But it is interesting that the Democrats in New Hampshire have had to throw a Democrat under the bus. And this guy's a prize. He came here in 2012 specifically to go after Frank Ginta. And he even wrote a book about it, how to run a congressman out of office, some stupid book. So he's an author. He's been in a couple little movies.
Moly.
He's the type of activist we deal with all the time. He's like this Jared Stephen Cram. Lives in Philadelphia, comes up here to campaign. And they like to brag on the Daily Kos. This guy wrote about himself on the Daily Kos or Kos or whatever, and so did that other fella. So there's certain patterns they have, and once you pick up the pattern, then you say, okay, this is the person we're looking for. So I want to thank him for the list of 84 out of Vermont, because Vermont's too close to New Hampshire for them to not do something.
Yeah.
And I have those names. I have a long list of names. And in fact, now I recognize some of them immediately, and the colleges and the addresses.
Yeah.
So now we know who are the other people that vote from 26 Spring Street, where he lives. Why does he have 26 Summit Street? Why is he living at 26 Summit Street? That's an interesting little place. Mm-hmm. So we found 1200.
Is that another one of these commune thingies?
We have to dig it up, see who lives there, why are they living there.
Odds are very good.
Does he chip into rent? Do they just let him stay there? Why is he using that as his residence to vote here when he's paying rent at the place in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
And why is his phone out of Jackson, Mississippi? Why is his phone out of Jackson, Mississippi? What's the plates on his car?
So will they bring up any of that in the hearing?
I don't care.
I think that'd be so great.
I'm going to be looking at police reports and the other states. I've turned him into Wisconsin. I've talked to several groups in Wisconsin about actively going after him there, and then we'll do Connecticut.
Can you ask to speak as a friend of the court?
Don't care. I don't trust New Hampshire courts. I don't talk to them. I don't do anything with them. I avoid them like the plague.
The opportunity for media and
media,
and then maybe some discovery. You might find out something.
Oh, you get to use his name forever. We have Jesse Birchfield. Remember him? I get to bring that back up. These are people that came here as criminal activists, just like this guy, Jesse Birchfield, hired by Senator Cohen to run his campaign for U.S. Senate. This guy's a known low-life campaigner. He was sued in Florida by an opposing candidate for malicious statements made in the press, and then he came here. And he was allowed to handle Burt Cohen's finances, not the real treasurer. So that came out in criminal reports. And the treasurer that was supposed to be the treasurer is in the papers going, how come I never saw any of the money? So you get to put these patterns together.
Interesting.
And when you see some of these people come from out of state, like this guy, to work on Maureen Mann, immediately you do what's called a red file. I guess that's what they call it in politics. I just found that out. You do a red file on them. You background search them like the Democrats do to our candidates. That's what you got to do. So
filthy, huh? The whole thing is so dirty. Oh my God, I
if
need
you're
to take a shower.
surprised, you got a long way to go till you get used to it. So
it's
until you're
much
used to
worse than you even are beginning to believe.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's a corn. No one's ever really pried this can open before, and we've been at it. CNHT's been at it since 2000. So when they say, "Have you ever documented voter fraud?" Yeah, we have the buses of people. Yeah, we have the voter nests. Yeah, we have double voters. Yeah, we have triple voters. Yeah, we have people registered in 5 states. Okay, what else do you want to know? So that's what we do. That's why we're here. That's why people tune in.
It's just the AG's office is so important with this, and if there's
It
no
depends
hope
on
to
who
get
you are,
that,
It can be a big help or it can be a hindrance.
Kidding.
If you get illegal campaign funds from the SEIU or the unions, they can help you out.
Pipe fitters, steam fitters, some fitters. Some union gives you money.
And what was the intent of those gifts?
Yeah, it's a good question.
The intent was to help her win her campaign,
right,
and avoid the law.
And
how come and to make sure that we don't have right to work in the state.
Yeah, that's what scares them to death. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to see the real quid pro quo here, when Mr. Nice Guy was governor, John Lynch, that didn't offend anybody and somehow managed to get reelected.
He of the tiny shoes.
He of the phony chair-making company. I love that one. I'm hoping he runs again because I have the dirt on the chair company he supposedly ran.
Oh, that's even better.
I grew up 40 miles from there.
But I did quite a few parades that summer as Jack Kimball was running for governor. There's a lot going on. And there were huge trucks, SEIU and other unions. They rented these enormous trucks and had their union logos on the side, and they were out there in the parades for Lynch.
With Massachusetts plates.
And this is, the trucks could be registered anywhere, but the point is, this is donations in kind, big ones, and nobody ever questions it.
Right.
Oh, we question it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, Maggie's union money, that was, Drew Klein left out the 2012 donation she had to give back.
Right.
I would like to know back in through her Senate campaigns. I guarantee you there's some more of this going on. There's a pattern here, and this just came up because she ran for governor twice. It's come up, and it'll come up again when she runs for the Senate. They'll toss her some more money. And it's not a question of, they missed the deadline. The fact of the matter is the deadline's been the deadline for forever, and they just failed to coordinate the scam properly, and they got caught. And she never would have returned a dime.
No.
Unless somebody stepped up and complained. Now, the NHGOP complained. We've complained. People have complained. Ed Mosca complained about. He filed a formal complaint about
Ed's
Carl.
done a fabulous job.
So, if you don't actually complain to the AG, I'm like, where's the integrity? Why didn't you just realize, this is an illegal campaign contribution. I can't accept it. I got to give this money back to you. No, never happens. Never occurs to anybody to do that. The AG doesn't step up and say, hey, you got an illegal campaign contribution. You need to return it. No, they got to wait for somebody to come along and say, by the way,
you shouldn't have taken it.
This violates the written law, the law that you are supposed to enforce. Could you please enforce the law? And then it's like, it's like asking your kid to mow the lawn. They're like,
So how is this going to go for Ayotte? I mean, considering the power behind this whole cabal on the left.
All the Democrat friends she thinks she's making by asking Ginn to step down will vote against her. That's how it's going to go.
No kidding.
It's like every other Republican.
Why would she think that would not happen?
Because she's part of the stupid party.
Yeah. And this is why the Republicans lose, or the establishment Republicans eventually lose, is because they think they can make friends with the Democrats, but the Democrats are going to vote against them anyway. Meanwhile, they just ticked off their base, who are going to stay home, and
they never believe that.
It's like a certain Senate Senate candidate who lost in Massachusetts and in New Hampshire by trying to run to the left of the Democrat to please the Democrat base by saying, I'm good on abortion for you.
Yeah.
And what happened was his own voters stayed home.
Right.
The Democrats still voted Democrat.
Can't out-Democrat a Democrat.
And always trying to make themselves the perfect candidate, they get thrown out of office. I love it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even bother me anymore. I got other things to do, and we're going to document this stuff, and I don't tell the AG or Secretary of State anything. I announce stuff on the air. We write about things. If you were to tip them off about what I have, I'm following leads from people I've caught and not announced. Why would I tell them what I have? I went on Rich Gerard's show and I announced we caught Jared Stephen Cram on October 10th. By October 13th, the Secretary of State's office was trying to get his name off the Wilton checklist.
Right.
He didn't ask to be taken off the checklist. They did it on their own.
Which brings us back to those folks in Dover that you said that went there, registered, voted, and had their names off the rolls within a matter of days after they voted.
There's a paper trail for that.
Yeah, somebody had to ask for that to happen.
Sorry.
Correct.
I sniffed.
So that's what I'm looking for. Right now I have a guy that's helping me in Dover, Dave Scott, and he immediately after our hearing before the Ballot Law Commission back in April, he went over to the Ukraine for about 2 weeks. So we're slowed down there, and I picked up other stuff to do. So I'm trying to finish up. We also have college graduation. So during graduation, a lot of the kids get inebriated and they get arrested. And when you get arrested, you have to turn over some form of ID. So I track that ID to some of the easy states, and we're doing that now. So. But there is a group of us doing it. Steve sees the emails. There's a bunch of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ed. You can stick around if you want. We have Doug Sackleben from Club for Growth coming on to talk about Mike Huckabee's real tax record. And after that, we'll talk about something else because Kimberly overslept and she's not coming in, so maybe we'll talk about her. Kimberly, you listening? All right. We'll be right back.
We'll phone Kimberly.
It's Grok Talk.